Quick like and subscribe if you enjoy my content. My name is Jordan. I'm 34 years old, and I work as a logistics coordinator for a shipping company in Seattle, Washington. I spend my days tracking packages, identifying discrepancies in inventory, and noticing when numbers don't add up. I'm trained to spot inconsistencies, to question anomalies, to recognize when something is out of place. I never thought I need to apply those same analytical skills to my own laundry. But when your wife starts buying men's shirts in a size you don't wear, claiming they're for sleeping, and you find them in your hamper smelling like cologne that isn't yours, you start asking questions. My wife Elena started buying large men's t-shirts 3 months ago. She said they were comfortable for sleeping. The problem was simple. I wear medium, and these shirts smelled like someone else. That discrepancy unraveled our entire marriage. I met Elena 7 years ago at a friend's housewarming party in Capitol Hill. She was working as a dental hygienist, friendly and caring in ways that put people at ease. I was the organized logistics guy, more comfortable with spreadsheets than social gatherings. We balanced each other. We got married 6 years ago, bought a house in the Greenwood neighborhood, a craftsman with a front porch and a small yard. Elena continued working at a dental practice downtown. I advanced to senior logistics coordinator. Combined income around $145,000. We were stable, comfortable, building a solid life together. For 5 years, everything worked. We had our routines, our friend groups, our shared goals. We'd talk about starting a family eventually, maybe after we'd saved more and traveled a bit. Then about 4 months ago, small things started changing. Elena had always slept in my old t-shirts. It was one of those cute relationship things. She'd steal my worn-in shirts and wear them to bed. I never minded. I thought it was sweet. But 3 months ago, she stopped wearing my shirts. Started wearing new ones instead. I noticed the first one when I was doing laundry. A gray t-shirt I didn't recognize. Plain, no logo, soft cotton. Size large. I held it up. It was definitely too big for me. I wear medium shirts. Always have. Is this new? I asked Elena that evening, holding up the shirt. Oh yeah, I bought it for sleeping. Your old shirts are getting kind of worn out. But this is a large. I wear medium. I know. I like them oversized for sleeping. More comfortable. It made sense. Women do like oversized shirts for sleeping. I'd seen that in every relationship I'd ever had. I put the shirt back in her drawer and didn't think about it again. 2 weeks later, I was folding laundry and found another one. Navy blue this time. Also size large. Also a brand I didn't recognize. Another new sleep shirt? I asked. Yeah, they were on sale. I grabbed a few. Just 2 or 3. I like having options. Okay. But over the following weeks, more shirts appeared. A black one, a dark green one, a burgundy one, all size large, all men's shirts, all supposedly for Elena to sleep in. I started noticing other things. Elena had begun doing her own laundry separately from mine. She'd wait until I wasn't home, then wash her clothes and put them away before I saw them. Why are you doing laundry separately? I asked one Saturday when I noticed she'd done a load while I was at the gym. Just easier to keep track of my stuff. Plus your work clothes need different settings than my delicate things. It was plausible. We'd always done laundry together, but there was no rule about it. Still, something fell off. Then I started noticing the shirts themselves more carefully. One evening, Elena came to bed wearing the gray shirt, the first one I'd noticed. I pulled her close, and that's when I smelled it. Cologne. Faint, but definitely there. A masculine scent I didn't recognize. Not my cologne. I wear Aqua di Gio. This was something different. Woodsy, heavier. New detergent. I asked. What? The shirt smells different. Like cologne or something. She pulled back slightly. Oh, maybe I was standing near someone at work who was wearing cologne. It probably rubbed off. Rubbed off enough to smell it hours later. I don't know, Jordan. It's just a shirt. But it bothered me. Because in logistics, when something doesn't add up, you investigate. And nothing about these shirts added up. My wife was buying men's shirts in a size I didn't wear. She was doing laundry separately now. The shirt smelled like men's cologne. And she was getting defensive when I asked about it. Over the next few weeks, I paid closer attention. Elena had started staying late at work more frequently. 1 or 2 evenings a week, she'd text around 5 p.m., running behind. Going to be home around 7:30 or 8. Her phone behavior had changed. More protective, more private. She'd take it everywhere, keep it face down, angle the screen away when texting. The physical intimacy between us had decreased. We'd gone from regular connection to occasional to rare. Everything okay? I'd ask. Just tired. Work has been really draining lately. But she didn't seem tired. She seemed distracted, like her mind was somewhere else. Then one Saturday, I found another shirt while organizing our closet. This one was tucked in the back of Elena's drawer, still dirty, clearly worn recently, but not washed yet. I pulled it out. It was the burgundy shirt, size large, men's shirt. I held it up to my nose without really thinking about it. The smell hit me immediately. That same cologne, but stronger. Much stronger. Like whoever wore this cologne had worn this shirt, or had been very, very close to Elena while she wore it. I looked at the shirt more carefully. Saw something on the collar. A faint mark. Looked like lipstick. Elena's shade. I recognized the mauve color she'd been wearing lately. A lipstick mark on the collar of a men's shirt she claimed to wear for sleeping. I sat on our bedroom floor, holding this shirt, understanding what I was looking at. These weren't Elena's shirts. These were someone else's shirts. A man's shirts. Shirts she was wearing and bringing home and putting in our laundry. Or shirts she was borrowing from someone and sleeping in and not washing before bringing them home. Either way, the shirts were someone else's. And the cologne smell and lipstick mark told me exactly what was happening. I took photos of the shirt. The size tag showing large. The lipstick mark on the collar. Everything documented. Then I did something I'm not proud of. I went through Elena's phone. She'd left it charging in the kitchen while she showered. I knew her passcode. We'd never hidden that from each other. I opened her messages. Scrolled through recent conversations. Most were normal. Friends, her sister, co-workers. Nothing suspicious. Then I found a thread with someone named Rob. No last name, just Rob. I opened it. The messages went back 4 months. Started professional and friendly, then became more personal, more intimate. Rob, miss seeing you today. Elena, miss you too. Tomorrow? Rob, same time? Elena, perfect. Can't wait. I scrolled further. Found messages from 3 weeks ago. Elena, I'm wearing your shirt right now. Rob, the gray one? Elena, yeah, smells like you. Makes me feel close to you, even when we're apart. Rob, keep it. I like knowing you're wearing my clothes. Elena, Jordan almost noticed. He asked why it was size large. Rob, what did you say? Elena, that I bought it for sleeping. That I like oversized shirts. Rob, smart. Does he suspect anything? Elena, no. He's so focused on work, he barely notices I'm here half the time. I kept reading. Found messages from 2 weeks ago. Rob, left a shirt at your place yesterday. The burgundy one. Elena, I know. Found it. It smells like your cologne. Rob, keep that one too. I want you thinking about me when you wear it. Elena, I always think about you. I sat in our kitchen, reading messages between my wife and someone named Rob. Messages about her wearing his shirts. Messages about him leaving clothes at her place, which was our house. Messages about hiding it from me. The shirts weren't Elena's. They were Rob's. She was wearing her boyfriend's shirts to bed in our house while I slept next to her. And when I'd asked about them, she'd lied. Told me she'd bought them for comfort when she'd actually gotten them from him. I took screenshots of everything. Every message about the shirts, about their meetings, about hiding it from me. Then I went back to our bedroom and looked at the shirts in Elena's drawer. The gray one, the navy one, the black one. All of them Rob's shirts that she'd been keeping and wearing like trophies. I called my attorney Monday morning. His name was Patrick Hayes, handled family law cases. Patrick, I need to file for divorce. My wife is having an affair and I have evidence. What kind of evidence? Text messages discussing the affair. Photos of men's clothing she's been keeping. Her boyfriend's shirts. Physical evidence, including cologne smell and lipstick marks. All of it documented. Send me everything. I sent Patrick the photos of the shirts, the screenshots of the messages, a written timeline of when I'd noticed the shirts appearing. Patrick called back an hour later. This is solid evidence. She's been bringing her affair partner's clothing into your marital home, and the text messages prove she knew she was deceiving you. What do I do? File for divorce. But first, I'd suggest confronting her with the evidence. See if she admits to anything additional. Sometimes when caught, people confess to more than you already know. That evening, Elena came home from work around 6. "Hey," she said, dropping her bag by the door. "How was your day?" "Interesting. Can we talk?" "Sure. What's up?" I led her to our bedroom, opened her drawer, and pulled out all the large men's shirts. Laid them on the bed in a row. Gray, navy, black, dark green, burgundy. "I want to talk about these shirts." Elena's face went pale. "You told me you bought these for sleeping, that you like them oversized. But that's not true, is it?" "Jordan." I picked up the burgundy shirt. "This one has a lipstick mark on the collar. Your shade. And it smells like men's cologne. Not mine. Someone else's." "I can explain." I pulled out my phone. Showed her the screenshots of her messages with Rob. "Rob's shirts. That's what these are. He gives them to you. Leaves them at your place, which is our house, by the way. You wear them to bed, in our bed, while I sleep next to you. And you told me you bought them on sale." She sank onto the bed. Started crying. "How long?" I asked. "For months. For months you've been sleeping with Rob. For months you've been wearing his shirts in our bed. For months you've been lying every time I asked about them." "I'm sorry. Who is Rob?" He's a patient at the dental practice. He started coming in about 6 months ago. We just connected." "A patient? You're having an affair with a patient from your dental practice?" "It's not like that. It's exactly like that. You've been seeing him for 4 months. He's been giving you his shirts to wear. He's been coming to our house, leaving shirts here. And you've been pretending they're yours while lying to me about buying them." I picked up one of the shirts. "What size does Rob wear?" "What? What size shirt does Rob wear?" "Because these are all large. I wear medium. You knew I'd notice eventually that these weren't my size. But you kept them anyway. Kept wearing them. Kept bringing them into our bed." She didn't answer. "Did you think I wouldn't notice? Or did you just not care?" "I didn't think you'd pay attention." "You thought I wouldn't pay attention to you suddenly having 5 men's shirts and sizes I don't wear? That's how much you think I notice about our marriage." "Jordan, please. I made a mistake. You made hundreds of mistakes. Every time Rob gave you a shirt. Every time you wore it to bed next to me. Every time I asked about them and you lied. Those were all choices, Elena. Not mistakes." I pulled out the divorce papers Patrick had prepared that morning. "I'm filing for divorce. You'll be served officially tomorrow. I have the text messages, the photos of the shirts, everything documented." "You're divorcing me over shirts?" "I'm divorcing you over a 4-month affair you documented by keeping your boyfriend's clothing in our house. The shirts are just the evidence. Where am I supposed to go?" "Call Rob. I'm sure he has shirts you can borrow." She looked at me, tears streaming down her face. "I never meant to hurt you. You wore another man's shirts to bed next to me for 4 months. You don't get to claim you didn't mean to hurt me." I grabbed my laptop bag and my keys. "I'm staying at a hotel tonight. I want you out of the house by the weekend. Take Rob's shirts with you." I walked out, leaving Elena sitting on our bed surrounded by her boyfriend's clothing. Patrick filed papers Tuesday morning. Elena was served at the dental practice Wednesday afternoon. She called me immediately. "You're really doing this? You've been having an affair for 4 months. You've been bringing Rob's shirts into our house and wearing them in our bed." "Yes, I'm really doing this. It's over with Rob. I ended it. We can fix this. I don't care if you ended it. You wore his shirts for 4 months. You lied about them dozens of times. You brought evidence of your affair into our home and thought I wouldn't notice the size was wrong. That's not something counseling fixes. I made a mistake. You made a choice. To wear his shirts. To lie about them. To bring them into our bed. Stop calling it a mistake." Elena hired an attorney who tried to argue that the affair was just emotional and the shirts proved nothing physical. Patrick presented the text messages where Elena explicitly discussed being with Rob, where she discussed wearing his shirts and him leaving them at her place, where she admitted to lying to me about buying them. The shirts prove Mrs. Jordan was bringing items from her affair partner into the marital home, Patrick told Elena's attorney. Her own text messages prove she knew she was deceiving her husband. This isn't an emotional affair. This is 4 months of deliberate deception documented through physical evidence. Elena's attorney tried to claim she deserved half the house. Patrick countered with evidence that I'd paid the down payment from premarital savings and had contributed 70% of the mortgage payments, plus the affair evidence. We settled after 5 weeks. I kept the house. Elena got 35% of joint savings. We each kept our own retirement accounts. No alimony. 6 years of marriage ended because she'd been wearing her boyfriend's shirts to bed, and I noticed the size was wrong. I heard what happened afterward through mutual friends. Elena tried to continue things with Rob after the divorce. It lasted about 3 weeks. Turned out Rob had liked the affair, the secret meetings, the borrowed shirts, the thrill of their relationship being hidden. When it became real and public, when Elena was actually available, he lost interest. He also got reported to the dental practice for having an inappropriate relationship with a hygienist. The practice had strict policies about patient-staff relationships. Rob had to find a new dentist. Elena lost several patients who felt uncomfortable knowing she'd been involved with another patient. Elena moved into an apartment in Ballard, lost her job at the dental practice after the relationship became known and other ethical concerns were raised. She tried to reach out about 8 months after the divorce. A long email about how I'd been harsh to divorce her over just some shirts, how I'd overreacted to something small. I replied with one line, "They weren't your shirts." That was the problem. Then I blocked her, because that was the truth. The shirts weren't Elena's. They were Rob's. She'd been wearing another man's clothing to bed in our house while lying to me about buying them on sale. The size discrepancy, large instead of medium, was what caught my attention. But the cologne smell, the lipstick marks, the text messages, all of it confirmed what the wrong size had suggested. She'd been bringing evidence of her affair into our home and hoping I wouldn't notice the details. I kept the house in Greenwood, donated all of Rob's shirts to Goodwill. I wasn't keeping them around. About a year after the divorce, I met someone at a friend's barbecue. Her name was Maya. She was an accountant, logical and straightforward. On our third date, she asked about my divorce. My ex-wife started wearing men's shirts to bed, said she bought them for sleeping. Turned out they were her boyfriend's shirts, and she was keeping them in our house. Maya's eyes widened. "How did you figure it out?" "The size was wrong." She told me she bought them, but they were size large. I wear medium. Once I noticed that detail, everything else fell into place. The cologne smell, the way she was suddenly doing laundry separately, all of it. "You notice the size?" I work in logistics. I track details. When something doesn't match, when the inventory doesn't add up, I investigate. A size large shirt in a house where the only man wears medium doesn't add up. What did she say when you confronted her? She cried. Admitted to a 4-month affair with a patient from her dental practice. Admitted the shirts were his. Tried to claim it was a mistake, but you don't accidentally wear someone else's boyfriend's shirts for 4 months. Maya nodded slowly. Some people would have missed that detail. Maybe, but I'm trained to notice when things don't add up. And 5 men's shirts in the wrong size definitely didn't add up. We've been together for over a year now. Maya doesn't wear anyone else's clothes. Doesn't have mysterious men's shirts appearing in her drawer. Just wears her own clothes like a normal person. My wife started buying size large men's shirts for sleeping. I wear medium, and that simple size discrepancy, that detail that didn't match, revealed 4 months of lies hidden in plain sight in our bedroom drawer. She thought buying multiple shirts would make the story more believable. Thought claiming she liked oversized shirts for comfort would explain away the wrong size. But she forgot something important. I pay attention to details. It's literally my job. And when you bring another man's clothing into your home in the wrong size, eventually someone's going to notice that the inventory doesn't match. Some people said I was too focused on small details, that I'd overreacted to just some shirts, that the size discrepancy didn't prove anything. But those people didn't read the text messages where Elena discussed wearing Rob's shirts and hiding them from me. Didn't see the lipstick marks on the collars. Didn't smell the cologne that wasn't mine. The size was wrong. That was the first clue. Everything else just confirmed what that detail had suggested. She wore another man's shirts to bed for 4 months. I noticed they were the wrong size. And that simple observation unraveled every lie she'd told.